don't think we've ever met. And he goes, well, he was at Gotham the other night, and he sat with a guy for 30 minutes, and then at the end said, see you later, Bert. And the guy goes, I'm not Bert. And he goes, all right, take care. He thought he was talking to me for 30 minutes. Like, having a conversation with some guy. And then goes,
that's hilarious.
It was good meeting you, Bert. And the guy goes, my name's not Bert. And he's like, all right, see you later.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you guys just sat down and talked politics, maybe?
I have no idea.
You and your ghost man?
Yeah.
The ghost Bert?
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about, this guy from Syracuse. That's who it is. Syracuse University.
Oh, my God.
Bernie Fine, assistant men's basketball coach for sexually abusing boys.
That's so that shit happens all the time, though. I mean, like
yeah,
my gym teacher
just
molested half of our elementary school. It was a joke. We talked about this on the podcast. His name was Fill Me Up Phillips, and he would just like walk behind guys and smack them in the butt. And he had like this huge bucket of like prizes that were like stupid small toys, and it was like a joke between us in elementary school, like, oh yeah, he molested our friend Sean, he molested our friend blah blah.
Are you serious?
Was it true? He really did molest them?
Well, he
or
did.
Were you just making shit up?
No, I mean, that's what we all believed, but we were only elementary kids. But then later...
Okay, but did these kids tell you that he molested them?
I don't know how. It was one of those things where like it got throughout the whole entire school.
Right,
there was people. And he,
so it could have just been a rumor, maybe?
And even as a kid, we all were like, dude, he totally is so molesty. And
wow,
and
that's
then
crazy.
A few years later, he got thrown out of school or whatever for or whatever.
Did he get arrested?
Suspended. I don't know, but he got suspended for doing that.
But you dodged it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He never got you?
No, that wasn't his kind. It's too fat. It's a defense mechanism, Joe.
No, it wasn't his guy. That was too fat.
Make yourself unpretty. You don't feel pretty on the inside, so make yourself unpretty on the outside.
That's how I get out of most of my relationships. Because after 5 or 6 years, I just start eating like crazy.
He's not lying.
I'm a blowfish.
He's not lying. There's one point in time he was at the end of this relationship, and he had to weigh almost 300 pounds.
Yeah, it was 260.
He was enormous.
Are you
260
serious?
pounds. Yeah, and
I
then
even told you that I've done that before, where I'm like, I'm just going to eat a lot and get rid of it.
Just to get rid of them? That's the most self-destructive way to get out of a relationship I've ever heard. It's hard, man. How hard is it to break up with somebody?
Because that's a big test, though. That if they can last for me being fat,
always open.
Then all right, they deserve it. But
They deserve what? Your dick?
they deserve. Well, no, it's like
enjoy me being fat.
It's through thick or thin, bitch.
Nice day, isn't it?
so you do it on purpose, is what you're saying.
Here's the thing, that there are guys in unhealthy relationships right now doing destructive shit to try to push the girl away.
Day, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing that I learned one day in a yoga class. I was in a miserable relationship right before I met my wife. I go to a yoga class, and the guy just does that fucking gets in your head. You do the whole class. At the very end, he goes, so right now when we lay down on the mats, I want you to think, what's the one thing that makes you unhappy? I remember thinking, this fucking chick. And he's like, you have the power to change that today. Take action. And I went, I can fucking dump her. Like, I can make myself happy right fucking now.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you are thinking to yourself, I'm not happy with my chick, fucking change that shit.
Absolutely.
Change.
You know what a good move to do is to sit down and give yourself advice. Nobody ever does that.
Self-evaluation.
Sit down and actually give yourself advice. Say, if I was in this situation, what would I say to myself? Because nobody ever does that. They say, what am I going to do? How am I going to fucking... You would say, if I was saying this to somebody else, let me take myself out of it. It's very difficult to do, obviously. You can't be 100%
guide your
You're going to
path.
know you have a situation. But sit back and say, how would I advise myself to handle this situation? And then fucking follow that, man. Because that's the person that's thinking clearly. Not you now who's looking for a shovel and some lime.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, you're totally fucking right.
Yeah.
It's the guy going,
It's true. You know?
I never fucking listen to myself.
Give yourself advice. It's very important.
You forgot rope, Joe.
You got to go into the isolation tank. Right?
I want to go into the isolation tank really bad. I want to get in the TM too.
We should get one here.
Transcendental meditation in the isolation tank.
Fucking, that's what I want. I want.
Joe, we should get one here.
We could do one here. But the only thing is,
really
we'd have to
big.
maintain it. You have to make sure. What space would we put it in, Brian?
The isolation tank.
That room next door
right
is
there, where you
nothing?
can rent it out like a store, but.
Whoa, we could do that.
Wouldn't that
We
be
could
amazing?
start a float lab.
It's for rent.
Because float lab is in Venice. If I talk to Crash, we'll see. We'll talk to the float.
I want to
lab.
do your isolation
Bam,
tank
Joe.
really bad.
Yeah, that would be dope,
Bam.
huh? That would be
Bam.
dope. Dope-alicious. You know what? I got an idea. I think I might have to open up a business. Fucking
Yeah,
God
say it.
damn it. We're going to open up a tank business, Brian Reichel.
Right next door.
Genius, son. Genius.
Cheers.
I can't hear out of my left ear. One of these.
It's because it's not a good headphone. We should get new,
Yeah, I got
awesome,
these-
amazing headphones.
Oh,
like,
I did.
Skull
Candy. They sent me them. I keep forgetting to bring them here. They're at my house, though, diligently waiting. way to pick them up.
Did you bring 5-HTP with you?
No, I don't have any with me. I have this big thing of Alpha brand.
I'm slow rolling my Alpha brand.
I got my personal stats of 5-HTP.
Yeah, and by the way, if you take New Mood, this is the 5-HTP thing, and you're taking antidepressants already, it could be a
fucking
problem. And yeah. Apparently, that's what doctors say. So they say if you are, because apparently, what Neil Brennan was doing when he came on the podcast, he started talking about antidepressants and 5-HTP and how it helped him. His doctor told him essentially that what's happening is when you take 5-HTP and you're already on antidepressants, it's like getting 2 antidepressants. You actually get too much serotonin, which is really crazy because what that means is that 5-HTP essentially produces much of the same stuff that these antidepressants produce. It's almost like it's natural antidepressants.
What about New Mood and Stella?
I think that works.
New Mood and Stella? Yeah. Oh, is that the beer?
Yeah.
Well, Stella is a good beer if you want to let a chick know that you're European inclined. let a bitch know I've been to London 3-4 times. It's cool. You just got to go to the right restaurant. I got friends in London.
I got nice leather shoes.
I got friends in London. Yeah, I got shoes made out of kangaroo.
That's hilarious.
You know, you gotta drink that. I'll have a Stella.
You don't like Stella? I think
in a glass.
I think Stella's nice.
I do. I like it, but
it's like a light beer.
I linger on an S in a glass.
Light beer without skunk.
Light beer without skunk.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Give me one of them bitches. I'll try it. Let's roll with a Stella.
Try one too.
Yeah, Bert. Fuck this one beer. What are we, pussies? Are we not men? 2 beers is nothing to a man of our stature. 2 beers. How much do you weigh?
225.
Yeah, I'm like 190.
Are you really 190? Nice, Brian.
Brian, fucking gentleman.
Now I gotta go back to the conversation with my wife and
You
my
wouldn't
daughters. It's not gonna be half as entertaining.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
My daughters last night.
That's where pot comes in and makes it even more interesting. Again, I'm trying to help you. Trying to help you, Bert. We're gonna turn you into a pothead. It's gonna help you.
Let's do it.
Cheers, man.
Cheers to a great new studio.
How do you say that?
To a great new studio.
How do you say the last name? Artois.
Artois. Like Artie Fuqua. Artois.
It's okay.
It's got like sediment at the bottom.
Bad. Pretty good.
You
know.
What's your favorite beer?
I prefer Sam Adams.
Heineken. I'm a Heineken guy. And if I get sponsored by Heineken, I can do it in a heartbeat. I remember one time some Budweiser guys asked me, they were like, how much would it cost to get that Budweiser out of your hand and put a Heineken on stage? Or get that Heineken out of your hand and put a Budweiser on stage? Wow. Like, you can't do it.
So you would only drink Budweiser on stage?
Just drink Budweiser on stage. I did a deal with Jameson. I did a deal with Jameson for 2 years.
I say too much crazy shit though. I don't think Budweiser.
Oh no! I love that
Don't
shit.
give a fuck.
Haven't you seen the commercials? Look at their Super Bowl commercials. It's pretty much what you think of when you're taking a shit, maybe.
What? What Super Bowl commercials are you talking about?
Like Bud Light or Budweiser commercials.
Budweiser commercials are pretty ridiculous.
Well, Bud Light is the first to sponsor the UFC, so I have nothing but love for Bud Light.
Is that Brock Lesnar who was like, they got nothing on me?
Yeah, well, he kind of like made a joke. He's trying to be his character, you know. Look, he's you know, the heel from pro wrestling, this big fucking wrestler guy. He's selling himself. He's doing a smart thing, you know. So he just fucked up. He shouldn't have said that, but he just fucked up, you know.
No.
But Bud Light was like the first big sponsor to step in and support the UFC, so I'll always be a Bud Light fan just for that. It sounds ridiculous, but that's a big move, man, for a company to take a big chance like that and step in.
Dude, UFC was the HIV of sports for a while.
Yeah, dude.
I remember hearing that shit and being like, God.
HIV of sports.
Did you guys go through that Honey Brown stage where everyone was drinking Honey Brown and Killian?
Brian, you always do this. You always change the subject when we start talking about MMA.
Well, we were talking about beer too. So.
We were, but people online are going to get angry with you.
So when I worked for Jameson, for 2 years, did the Jameson tour. Me, Billy Gardell, Steve Byrne, Michael Loftus, Nick Griffin, and Danny Bevins. They sent cases of Jameson to your house every fucking month.
They sent cases
of Jameson, the expensive
How
shit.
do they expect you to drink it all?
And no, when you got to a show, Jameson waiting in the green room.
Oh my
and the
God.
rule was you had to drink Jameson on stage.
Jesus
you had
Christ.
to mention how good your Jameson was, but you couldn't
on the show.
On the show, like take a sip, like damn, that's good fucking Jameson. Like, and you had to like, hey everyone, you had to be pro Jameson.
I got no problem with that because Jameson is pretty goddamn good.
It's fucking awesome.
That's some good shit.
And then we get done the tour. You ready for this? They buy us each an acre of land in Ireland on a river. all of us, right next to each other. We each get a fucking acre of land, a deed, and a picture.
Whoa.
Yeah, fucking Jameson was not bad.
Are you gonna build a house in Ireland?
No, you can't build. You can't build on it.
You can't build on it.
Yeah, it's fucking pointless. But
can you camp on it?
You can camp on it.
You can?
Yeah.
How big can your tent be?
Billy
Can it
Gardell.
be permanent? Can you have a permanent tent?
Yeah, but me and a bunch of pikeys.
Dopey fucking tent. Oh, pikeys.
Yeah,
dude, I've been obsessing about watching these Irish travelers.
Pikey fights on fucking YouTube.
Oh, dude, give me some knuckles.
Pikey fights on YouTube.
Oh my God, they have some of the best fights, dude. Brian, you gotta look this up. They're boring as shit. I mean, most of these guys, but they're tough guys and everything. But there's a different style of fighting when you fight bare knuckle.
And literally, they stand
careful.
there and punch themselves in the face.
Yeah.
It's not like a street fight like you see in the States.
But
have you seen the one?
The best is they challenge each other.
Yeah.
When they challenge each other, I'll tell you this, Johnny Mac, you're good for nothing. That's what you are.
Yeah.
You're good for nothing, and you got the balls inside of you for all. I'll tell you right now. I'll fight you anytime before Christmas. Anytime before Christmas.
There's a video.
You tell me.
There's a video of a pikey driving to a street. They said, "Well, what did a quarter of a click, 2 flies of the and then
whoever knows that one, tweet me, because I tweeted it a while ago. It's really hilarious. Like, I can't find it in my Twitter while the show is going on, but I want to play it because it's so ridiculous.
Do you want to see something really disturbing?
Irish travelers, they were talking shit before a street fight. It's even better than the actual fight.
The most disturbing pikey video on there is most disturbing one. Someone's listening that knows exactly what I'm talking about. Please tweet it to Joe and me and Brian. It is Pikey gets what he deserves.
Oh no!
And it's a bunch of British school kids in a park having beers, snorting coke, smoking weed, and a pikey comes up and but it's all done post. It's a recount of the British kid going, so a little pikey comes up and he wants a little drink, he wants a thing, and into this and that. Well, we tell him it's cocaine, but guess who just got a nose full of Special K? And they cut, and the pikey is fucking seizuring on the ground. It's fucking sketchy. It breaks your heart because you go, that guy's helpless. He's in a K-hole right now. He's not coming.